on to Lakeland, Florida to meet up with Matt Coops. He's finished up with our Daytona, as we had talked about earlier. Still not sure if we're going to pick it up or have it shipped. We're still trying to figure out the logistics around that. But we're going to go there, see the car, talk to Matt about it, and so we can share with you guys, you know, the extent of what he went through, and you know, to restore this car. And he just does an amazing job, so we want to share it with you guys. As I've said before, we don't restore them all. When we met him to buy a Superbird from him, he had that car there, and he was restoring it, and we just happened to make a deal with him. But we would have bought it as a project, but he's like, no. I restore. I don't sell them unrestored. I restore them, and he was adamant about. He told the family that he would restore it. He's going to see through to it. So he restored it over the last couple of years, which I hold him high in regard for that. If you tell somebody you're going to do something, you follow through. That's there's a lot of guys make a lot of stories out here, and then they don't do what they say they're going to do. So I think that's noble of Matt Coops to do that. And so anyway, he restored it. We bought it a couple years ago, and we're patient. He kept us posted on it, you know, through the couple of years, and so we're really excited to see it. We've only seen it twice or three times. Once initially when we bought it was a project. I think some of the metal repair, there wasn't a lot, but some of it was already done. And then we went back and saw it about 6-8 months ago, because we were here buying a 70 Charger dealer demo car in Mango, and then so we stopped by and seen it at that time, and then this will be the third time. So literally the whole restoration happened without us even really being here, because he's 3,000 miles away. So we're on to Lakeland. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing him and seeing the car, and we'll hopefully get some good footage for you. How are you doing? Good to see you again. Come on. You know, we had to destroy a Superbird one day, so we know each other for life now.
Yep.
But I was telling Kent about that this morning on the way here. I'm like, oh man, his wife's gonna be like, "You're that guy!"
In this truck?
I was just saying, this truck showed up. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Hey, check this out. We're leaving here, and we're going back to where we bought this that day that I showed up. Remember, it was brand new?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
We're going back there and buying the one that he had built
To replace
this one. And we're taking it back looking at like this. It was immaculate before we crashed into the back.
Window's all nice.
Yeah, it still has the nick, though, in the side of it.
Oh, it does?
Here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
At least it's fixed.
Yeah.
I don't have to look at it all
cool.
smashed.
Yeah.
And when they cleared it off, it was already damaged before. It was pretty rough. Yeah. So
This is David's Troy's son.
This is my son. Sorry about that.
Nice to meet you.
This Marianne.
Nice to meet you.
All right, let's head on
All
right
right.
there, right?
Cool.
So some guys came by and wanted to trade the Daytona for a 4-door Pinto.
Perfect.
Oh, shit.
I hope you got.
Deal.
So I'm always looking out for you.
I hope you gave them some cash too.
I beat up pretty bad. Almost bad as Dalton beat up.
There's
I'm gonna have you put this
a
microphone on.
kind of a Daytona in there.
There is?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You want to see ours before you
Yeah.
show us
Here,
yours?
put-
All right, you ready to see our Daytona?
Yeah. You brought it here, dude.
It's not really a Daytona.
There it
but
is.
it's kind
Yes.
of a real Daytona.
You did. You
But anyway,
touched it.
Hey,
it's a one-of-one, right?
congratulations, man. I tell you, man. You went from 0 to hero.
So do you know what this is?
It's Joe Dirt. Oh, sorry.
It is Joe Dirt?
This is the Joe Dirt car.
This is it.
This is the one and only
The
Joe
movie
Dirt
car. Yep.
clone Daytona.
So now we have
An
had.
auction?
We went to one of our friends. We went in halves with him.
Oh, okay.
So Jeff Kelderman, I don't know if
Yeah,
you know
I've
him.
heard the name.
Okay, he does all the truck stuff and everything. And he wanted it really bad. We wanted it really bad. We got talking. We just didn't want to bid against each other. So we just said, hey, why don't we just go and we don't need to own the whole thing. We just want to buy it. And so we just went in halves. And he was at the auction. So he's the one that, did the bidding. I was on the phone with him. And then when he won, he really lifted up his shirt. He's got Joe Dirt tattooed on his frickin'.
He's got Dirt
on his
ribs.
His license plates are Dirt Day.
Officially the fourth legit
Dave's
movie car that's going to
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
So this is
this one.
He did.
And
He
it
did.
actually drives good.
really
Yeah, it's got a
Yes.
Ray Barton, right?
Dick Landy.
Dick Landy, that's right.
440 in it.
is there a side door?
Oh yeah.
Can we peek through the side door?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Here. Here's the key.
I was hoping you guys were going to bring this by because I've had
I didn't know if you had known we got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
All right.
every freaking nerd in the world has messaged me and texted me and emailed me, look what they bought. And I'm like, yeah. That's called congratulations.
Yep.
We just figured it was one of those cars that we needed to get. We figured it would.
It's pretty easy to pull it out of the
So it's
trailer.
a clone bag?
You can pull it out of the trailer if you want. We can go do some burnouts.
We're
See the first
stick it-
burnouts coming out of Matt's
Stick it,
garage,
next,
driveway.
stick it next to the red one.
Oh yeah, we'll go race down the street.
See, this is
That red one's
they're
pretty
fun.
spunky though.
Yeah.
Yes,
They're not restored.
they're not yet. Actually, and the crazy part is that's restored. So all of that you see is all airbrushed to look patina, but it was actually a decent car before it was done.
Yeah, hers
But
a
it's
purple
just-
70.
It's
a
a
69?
69.
Oh, it is
It's
a
a 31869,
They
but it was
painted the,
painted purple in the engine bay
Yeah.
for whatever reason.
Yeah. Because the scuttlebutt on the internet is like, oh, it was an original purple 70.
No,
I don't know.
no,
318.
no, it's a 69 for sure.
But like
And
it's
a
all
F
old
code.
suspension, bushings, all that stuff is new, like shocks, all that stuff.
Engine's new.
Yeah.
Aluminum radiator.
That's so fun.
Underneath
man.
looks good. I mean, it's not like pristine, it's
Oh, yeah,
restored,
yeah.
but it's all solid.
Yeah.
And somebody had said, "Oh, it's a rust bite." There's no rust. I haven't found any rust.
Yeah.
It's got one hole under the bottom that they made. It's
Yeah.
not really a rust hole.
Well, I can tell you from all the Fast and Furious cars and Blues Brothers cars that I've had, this is actually really nice.
Yeah.
Because those cars were hideous.
Yeah, it's a lot of the cars that we've seen, because we've rented some cars through to the movies and stuff, and we've seen some stuff on set, and a lot of them are just barely a driver, or been modified so much that they're just pretty much like almost lipstick on the pig type thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, we felt that it, like I said, it was a chunk, but we feel we don't have any regrets. So
Yeah.
we're in it half of the 330, and we're gonna have it for a while. I don't think he wants to sell it at all, and I don't think we want to sell it.
He's
at
got
all,
3
so.
different cars with Joe Dirt, some sort of variation license plates.
Yeah,
Well, when you get a
So-
tattoo of Joe Dirt, you're pretty committed.
you're
Yes.
committed for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we bought a bird. Our first bird we ever bought was the first week of COVID, and
We should get out of this grass. So
Yeah.
Let's go
get
from the
eaten.
car.
and we bought it.
You gotta watch out for ants.
Here's that.
They'll bite you.
And we sold it to him, so he's gonna literally paint. We're only gonna have this for a few days, and then it's going to Iowa with him. And he literally is gonna paint our old bird to match this identically. So we're gonna have a Dirte bird and a Joe Dirt.
A dirty bird and a dirt.
But that's a real bird.
That's a real bird. U code. Here. Woohoo! Oh, boy.
You want to see underneath first, or?
Look at this thing. This thing's a beautiful.
Got fingerprints all over
Nice
it.
job, dude.
You think
Very,
so?
very, very nice.
You like?
Very much, yeah. Very nice. Can you remember when it was sitting over there? It was just
Yeah, dude.
and he's teaching us about the
Bare
glass break and all
metal,
the
yeah.
other stuff.
Just
that we
bare
learned
metal
from
sitting
him.
right there where that cornet was. Absolutely.
Before I forget, that battery is hollow, and there's a Braille small little lightweight battery inside.
That's
Oh,
what we
okay.
need for ours instead of
Yeah.
just the cap.
Yeah, so don't destroy those. Just cut the bottoms real carefully. Most of them have like Optimas or some little bitty batteries in them anyways.
Okay.
So it's a piece of cake.
Okay. All right.
Interesting.
Or let me put it up in the air so you can show it, because yeah, this
Man,
stuff is
how pretty is that?
This is nothing
I'll
to
move
me.
out of your way. Wow. And I'm not loading it up. I'm having flashbacks.
dude. With you in that truck.
Oh, Bob's gonna kick our ass.
left mine in
We
the
didn't
truck.
bring the freaking.
We don't really need to inspect this.
Yeah, we've already seen that stuff anyway, but. God, it's beautiful, man.
Yeah, it is.
So
Did an amazing job.
Foundry mark. I don't know if you guys know this. I'm just gonna.
No,
go
I
through it.
want you to do all that stuff. We want to basically put all that stuff. Yeah, just give us
Okay.
all the. Oh, here.
Foundry mark. These marks I thought were to indicate that those bolts have been tightened. From what I heard, it is a color code for the torque wrench that tightened them.
Ah,
So that if there was ever an issue with a certain car, they can go back and track it down.
gotcha. Okay.
These are supposed to be snapped off from the factory so that when you go in for your first service, they replace them. So those are not supposed to be full Zerks. They're supposed to be snapped off.
Oh, I gotcha. So they take them out.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Correct 3-point castle nuts
Yep.
on every Tang. Cosmo Lee. These are plated, not painted.
Okay.
These are dipped.
Yeah, that's what that runs on. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, there they are. Yeah.
1 mark, 2 marks. Bolts are plated, not painted. So one thing I did on this car, so I've always tried to improve my clear coat protecting. You know what I mean? Because everything's supposed to be natural, just rots and rusts and looks like shit. So I used some different products this year that ended up being kind of a pain in the ass. So I went back and actually took most of this car back apart after you guys saw it. Like all this stuff, and re-cleared and protected things.
Right on.
Yeah, because if this was bare metal, in a
Yeah.
day it would be rusty.
Yeah.
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 Galvanized.
Yep.
So the one thing that the judges pointed out to me that when they came down and looked at this car,
Okay.
they said they hate seeing cars that have paint marks all over the place. He goes, they did not come like that. He goes, less is more in judging. He goes, if you start seeing yellow here and orange over here, blah, 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 they're going to require you to show them a photo prior to the car being taken apart to prove that that's the way it's supposed to be.
Interesting.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So basics though, this
Yeah.
is a 50%. Cars had that. These, almost all of them did. Every now and then you'll get a crayon mark X here. Nothing on the bottom of it. There's not supposed to be any paint here, by the way.
Yeah.
Just stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Of course, you guys saw before the correct Detroit U-joints.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
you
remember
pointed
that.
that out last time.
Because I had to rebuild every roller.
We've learned a lot of this stuff from you, Ed.
Oh, thanks,
You're a
man.
wealth
Appreciate
of knowledge.
So, difference between 69 assembly and 2024 assembly of cars. From what I've heard, there was pallets of parts. So color codes is what they use to identify, okay, that goes in that car, because they had a build sheet. So your green and yellow up here on the spring.
Gotcha. Okay.
Underside here, these mean 355. This means posi.
Okay.
So this is the code from the build sheet.
Gotcha.
This is the date code for this being built. This is the date code for the whole thing. Of course, you got your gear ratio. And if
Right.
you notice, the housing has a machine spot for the gear ratio tag.
Gotcha. Okay.
Ends of the bolts should be black because this was painted without the housing. Has to have a Pentastar
Yep.
and the date. Again, these are plated. Oh, also up by the wheel cylinders, there was, the white foam to seal it. That has to be there. You'll get dinged if it's not. So points of contention with restorers and judges now. But everyone's buying a lot of the same stuff from some places. Inline tube, stuff like that. This, they anodize these blue Not sure if that was the way it was at the factory. Don't think they're going to ding us.
Okay.
Don't know.
Okay.
But there's no real proof about that yet. So,
Okay.
but you get down to splitting hairs. Oh, up here on the back side of the tank, there's a tag for the fuel pickup. It has to be there.
Interesting.
Yeah, see it.
If it's not,
Ding.
ding the ground wire for the fuel line.
Yep.
So this is what all, blue under here for the shocks. So the other thing that judges pay attention to that is really, really tough is like undercoating. Okay, what's correct? So they actually found a guy that was like second shift, first or whatever at Hamtramck to come and look at the cars up in McCacken. And he's like, he goes, I stood right at the center of the axle with my gun and a cigarette, and I went like this, then went like that, and the car was gone. So you have to replicate that when you're spraying this stuff. Like, you can't get up under here because he wasn't like that.
Gotcha.
Just little stuff like
Little
that.
things,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's nuts.
Lug nuts. I'm not pulling these off because these are a couple $1,000 worth of restoration just on the hubcaps. Left side lug nuts are different than right side lug nuts. The actual head of the nut on the left side, there's actually striations on it to show that that's a left side.
Yeah. That's beautiful, man.
Appreciate it.
So pretty.
Yeah,
I love the white.
So I say we put it down and see if it'll start.
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
And how do they say it in Mexico? It better.
Yeah.
We'll take it either way.
But no, I mean, putting these things together and, doing them one at a time like I do, you're falling down a very deep hole. It's very consuming.
We watched. We saw that.
Every car you do, you learn a little bit more. You sharpen your pencil a little more. And it's
Right.
And then you get to a point where you get caught in the minutia and you're not getting anything done. But, all this stuff.
That's all the stuff that's going to Dalton.
It came out of the super stock.
So there's this.
Oh,
What's
no.
going to
This
Dalton?
isn't
This
Dalton.
came out of the super stock.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
But all of this stuff, Caltrax, QA1,
It's
Cuba.
for the 68.
the one that we got. The one that.
Yep.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah,
So-
we heard you sold the Daytona to Dalton too. That's good. He'll do it justice.
So, yeah, there's been a little bit
Not
of
to probably the justice you would do.
Well, I don't want him to.
Because we're day two. A lot
Yeah.
of that stuff is day two and everything. So.
And he's called me like 7 times about that car.
He's a great guy.
And I'm like, Dalton, don't worry about it. He goes, man, I just want to drive it the way it is. I don't want to restore it. I'm like, don't, dude, don't. It's more fun, the way it is.
Yeah.
You restore it, and it's going to suck.
Well,
Yeah.
this doesn't suck.
Well, they turn into pieces of art,
I know, you can't hardly even drive them because they're too nice, too pretty. Wow. I just love the white. I think the white's incredible.
It goes kind of.
Well, this was what I
It better.
I wasn't gonna say.
Shut the door for a ride.
Let's do it.
I don't like to leave it idling because it's a brand new motor.
Yeah. Gotcha.
They inspected the seat tracks quite heavily, by the way.
Did they?
Yeah.
Interesting.
They said that a lot of people think they're under the seat and you're not going to see them. And he says they'll just spray bomb the outside of it, thinking that that's all we'll peek at. And then he says you look underneath and they're just rotted, roasted pieces of junk.
Oh, shit.
God, that white interior, man.
Dude, it's just stunning. The white interior is just...
Yeah.
You look and sneeze the wrong way and it's dirty. All right, hot rod.
All right.
Now, if
Let
I
me get
wreck
my
this thing,
Hey, hey.
Troy did it.
Holy crap.
Are you happy with it, man?
Oh, super happy, bro.
Okay.
Super happy. Yeah, did an amazing job.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
Unbelievable. Almost nervous just to drive it.
Dude, this thing makes me a nervous wreck.
Oh, I bet.
So just so you know, and I'm not saying this to be a salesman, this is the best driving Mopar I have built.
Awesome.
With these radial tires, the thing drives like a freaking like.
That's amazing. Yeah, it seems like it already, and we haven't even gone anywhere. Started right up and rolls. Oh, wow. Nice. Super nice.
Dude, it's tight.
Oh, this is so freaking nice, man.
So
Awesome job, dude.
these cars, when you don't take the fenders and the doors and just blowing them, it makes a difference.
Yeah, once they're taken apart like that, they almost never go back together to the extent that they were originally.
No, and you go over little
And this
bumps.
was a nice car when you started.
Oh,
This
yeah.
wasn't a shit box. This was a nice car when you started.
This wasn't a swap meet built.
Right.
You know, POJ.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
You guys are having fun.
dude.
You guys are having fun.
That's the number one rule in our company is to have fun. We have to have fun. Doesn't mean you don't work hard. Doesn't mean these guys don't work hard. Yeah, beautiful, man. Oh, they're bringing it out. Let's park it right here.
Let's park it in the middle of the
There we
yard.
go. Yeah, let's do it. That'd be awesome. Yeah, we're here to have fun, dude. We're here to have fun. We want to have fun, and we want to promote you with what you've done and what you do and your quality of the work that you do.
Appreciate it.
And your honesty and integrity and all the other stuff. And we're patient. We just want a good product to turn out. And we said it all the time. We don't build all the cars we own.
Yeah.
We don't have to. We can enjoy somebody else's.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, awesome.
You like it?
Oh, dude, very much so.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It means a lot to me.
Yes,
I respect you guys.
I appreciate that. Wow.
Where am I going?
They're taking the Joe Dirt Daytona out of the... The Joe Dirt thing just made everything just a little bit more sweeter.
I got chill bumps, man.
Daytona, Dalton says that that's his favorite Mopar ever, is that specific one.
Dude, Dalton, I think, is he's a funny guy.
He is a fun guy. I've been friends with him for a while, and we have a great time together. I think everyone's a little bit just speechless on this deal right here.
You guys came at the right time of day too, because it was hot.
Yeah, the
today.
sun is just setting. It's perfect setting.
Muscle or Performance Auto Restoration special day here at the compound. Saying goodbye to a red Daytona and saying hello to a friend. A brother from another mother, the Joe Dirt car. The Mopar's 5150 guys were nice enough to bring this by. They just got it at Barrett Jackson. There's the one I did. The red car is probably going to score lower than the Joe Dirt car because the Joe Dirt car is OE beyond OE.
Come on, you got to have a blue seat cover.
This is awesome, guys. This is something that will hardly ever happen in someone's lifetime, and especially a car nerd's life.
Yeah.
You like those tires spinning?
Heck yeah.
That'll buff out.
It'll buff out. Life's a garden, man. Dig it. I'm still on cloud 9 because we just picked it up and put it in there. This is the first time we really seen it because it was dark when we got there.
What is today? Today's Thursday, right?
That's what we were saying. We left last Friday, California, and it's like this is just getting started. We're going to be gone for another couple weeks probably. But we just weren't expecting this. We were hoping, but we were not expecting this car.
This is
I'm so glad you guys
Well, that's probably when
pulled
they
it out.
when they broke
I didn't
it.
know you were serious, but I'm so glad you pulled it out because this is like
As soon as
a
you
perfect setting.
as soon as you drove away, I go, let's take that
Let's
thing out of
take
the
that
trailer.
thing out now.
Luckily, I had the keys.
Yeah,
I mean, thank you guys for breaking
Yeah,
that,
man.
I
That's
can't
pretty
believe
cool.
it.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
freaking
This
cool,
is fucking
man.
awesome.
Good
Thanks,
job,
dude.
dude.
This is as
Good
good as
job.
it gets right here.
Damn. You got the ugliest Daytona that's gorgeous, and the gorgeous Daytona next to it, you know?
No, not
Dude, this
not-
thing is like perfect.
She's amazing.
So one thing that I'm proud of that very few people dig is feel that.
So now they're
You have
getting
to
us all.
get you have to get the right texture on it.
Yeah.
I don't think the other is the other one like that? Is
I don't know.
A lot
I'd
of them
have
are
to look
just
at it.
smooth.
yeah.
Oh, let me show you something else real quick.
I mean, we literally have the twin except for black, you know, interior black and the 4-speed. But other than that, it's like the identical car.
I had the twin to this car, but just sold it.
Yeah, our buddy.
So I put a little bit of a foam bubble in here so they don't make love the whole way.
Gotcha.
Couple of things. These latches are not supposed to be painted on the backside because these were installed when the
Oh, when they came in and blew
Yeah.
the paint around.
Yeah, and something about a dipping or something in this is one of the guys said when we were out
Yeah.
here or whatever. But like I told you, man, I'd rather be pretty and a little bit our other one has like the factory orange peel and stuff, which is great and everything. I'm not downgrading theirs. I'm just saying that I prefer it to be nice and flat and beautiful and deep and everything else. You
diamond
know?
in a goat's ass.
Yeah.
Hey,
So-
I'm going to go through all the work to paint this thing
You're
for
gonna
a freaking year.
Paint it and make it
No.
look not as nice as the best
No.
you could do.
Right.
So I don't subscribe to that, but
No.
I respect the guys that do, and that's their deal, you know.
Hey, some of the Ford guys are really good at that.
Yeah.
They really are. But to me, it's not my thing.
Right. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. I want it to look like glass. Unless it's like that.
Yeah, there's no in between. Our cars look like that.
Yeah, they
this.
look like this or they look like this. So Cole,
There's really
which one?
nothing.
Which one would you drive off with?
That's awesome.
Huh? It would be really hard though.
If you asked me that question, this would sit in a garage. I'd be driving the hell out of that.
Yeah.
This thing stresses me out.
You know,
Yeah.
everybody was saying, well, it's not a real Daytona, it's not a real Daytona, and it's like, no, it's not. And we're not saying it is, but it's the only Joe Dirt movie car
Yeah.
they ever made.
If you're going to have a clone,
This is the one.
this is it.
Oh, there's
And
the
they
old.
sold it as a clone at Barrett
old
Jackson, and
website.
everybody got mixed up thinking that it was a
Magazine.
clone Joe Dirt car.
from the magazine.
They didn't.
Oh,
And when they first announced it, they literally said that it was a tribute, and so everybody was like, "Oh, it's not the real thing," and we were like, "Dude, that's the real
The
thing."
verbiage was just screwed up.
It was
'Cause it's a
all
cool
messed up.
car, but the real movie car.
And that goes to show just a little slip up on the announcers, you know,
Or-
talking whatever.
It wasn't
spiel.
even the announcer. It was literally their advertising that went out to the
that,
world.
even that, huh?
That is what messed everybody up. The one guy went down there. He even commented. He says, "I went down there and I asked him. I was at the place. Said, is it the? No, it's a tribute. They even called and blah blah blah, and they said it's a
So he
tribute.
went home.
It's not the original one." So he went home.
No kidding. Good for you, man.
So I mean, as much as I know that's a
Colourman
sticker
looks
shock
scary
for a
in
lot
that
of
picture.
people, I just don't think so on this car for
So
us.
what I've learned is, you know, you didn't pay 1.2 for it, you know, or anything like that.
And that's what I kind of thought it might do.
But you paid, you know, you paid up for it. You got some good money. But hey, the amount of fun and you're gonna have with this thing, man.
Oh, we've
right
already
on.
been invited to a private show at Petty's Garage
For us,
next month.
for our company,
Dude,
this is
yeah.
like priceless. You know, like it puts people recognize this car. So
Absolutely.
yeah, the hardest thing's going to be for us is getting it to all these places because that's another 2,000
If you guys
shipping.
ever need to store something on the East Coast, you're more than welcome to, you know, stab something.
As long as it's not this.
No, please don't leave this here. Take it
As long as
away.
it looks like this and
Yeah.
not like that.
No, I do have another warehouse where they're all covered up and
Okay.
licked and petted.
All
so.
right. Gotcha.
But I'd rather not have licked and petted cars because they're stressful.
Yes. This is what I envisioned, which is why I really wanted to do this.
Oh yeah, this
You know,
is it.
is us, not this, but I mean, having this conversation about this.
Yeah, well,
this
yeah.
just happened to make it
Even better.
another step up, you know, just seeing the beauty and the beast. The beauty and the beast right there. So, Coops, that thing's gorgeous, man.
Thanks, man.
I mean,
appreciate
that
it.
thing is literally perfect.
You like it?
Dude, it's yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's
Just
yeah.
absolutely gorgeous.
That color, the combo is just I don't know. It's hard to
The
beat.
white just makes it just pop.
Dude,
it just
it-
pops.
So a couple of things that people, I just remembered. If people start rubbing your you-know-whatsies on that thing, so all the parts that came out of Creative for Daytonas were painted white primer. Fenders, hoods, noses. David told me that, Galen told me, whatever. But anyways, a lot of people told me that. So we shot all that in white. In fact, that car down there in the white car, the F6 car, also had all white components. And then they just painted over them. Now, the difference being on Superbirds, they got in there with rattle cans and just went over everything with black and hid most of that. Daytonas, a lot of them you'll still see white. So you can still see white on the bottom of that nose.
Okay, I see that.
So if people peek in there, they're like, you know, what kind of unfinished horse crap is that? It's like, no, it came white. Now, the only difference is valence panels were all galvanized metal.
I love the car and I love exactly how it was done, and I'm super stoked that you built it, and it's going to go great in our collection.
Awesome,
So
man.
we're stoked to have it. We think it's gorgeous.
Thanks.
It's going to sit next to this half the time because this is only half ours.
Oh,
So we're only going to get custody of it, you know, every other year or whatever. We're not really going to do it that way, but the first year it's going to be in Iowa.
Every other Wednesday and weekends.
Yeah, no. I mean, you know, for us, it doesn't matter where the car's at. We store them
trying
anyway,
to drive
so
that
it
thing.
could stay there in Iowa. But we're going to have it on the West Coast next year to take it, you know, to the shows out
tour.
there.
Go bar hopping
the-
on that thing.
he wants to match his Superbird to it.
Yeah.
that we just sold him, so he's going to have it for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah,
These bugs are brutal.
yeah. We pulled over. We were somewhere and we got out on the side of the road. We were doing some stuff. And
You're gonna see
man,
dalton's car to bug him.
the bugs were so brutal,
dude,
and I was
it's-
like, "Get back in the car!"
Yeah.
You
So-
better count your camera guys before you leave because they'll pick them up and carry them away.
Yeah, I'm sure, dude.
Well, we appreciate what you did here on this car, brother. It's
Yeah.
better than we, literally better
Thank
than
you.
we expected.
It's amazing.
Not that we don't hold you up here, but it's literally a masterpiece.
I can picture it sitting
So-
there in primer,
Yeah, it was right there.
completely stripped in primer right there.
When
We
these
were
two
looking at the
guys
heavy
we never
bird.
met came by,
We're looking at
and
the
bought a
heavy
bunch of
bird and
cars.
we're like, hey, what's that? And he's like,
That was the first time you guys came by.
First time we ever met you.
That's right.
And
It
we
we
was.
bought-
bought,
buy the heavy
we
bird.
bought the
Yeah.
2 cars.
Yeah.
And then we ended up buying the
Silver.
68
Yeah.
a couple months later.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, that's
So-
right.
Yeah, but
But
thank
hey.
you. Car's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I really
yeah.
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Appreciate
it, brother.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Nice
Absolutely.
meeting you.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you. Thank you.
And I'm glad you like
We're
it.
going to go do some burnout.